The Oscars actually got the Best Animated Feature nominations right this year. Mostly. TMNT Mutant Mayhem seems to be the only real snub, although I have heard some grumblings from fans of Suzume. But overall, that's pretty solid for the Academy, as they have a long history of goofing things up. Tangle, The Adventures of Tintin, and both LEGO movies are just some victims of their constant snubbery. So in celebration of Oscar season, I thought I'd give you the rundown on all of the competitors. Except Robot Dreams. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry, but it doesn't even have a release date for America, so I can't really wait for it. I'm sure it's great, although as a surprise nomination and a foreign film, it has a very slim chance of actually winning. So, coming in with the 5th best odds, did you know you can bet on this stuff? Is Disney's annual representative Elemental. An irrepressibly sweet romance about a man made of water and a girl made of fire, Elemental shows off Pixar's ever-impressive animation and world building. Though it initially had the worst opening weekend in Pixar's history, Elemental's impressive staying power, overseas success, and solid word of mouth turned it into an absolute juggernaut. In fact, it became the most streamed new movie of 2023 by some metrics. While Pixar has had tremendous success at the Oscars in the past, as they've won half of the years it's been around, the consensus is that Elemental is definitely one of their much weaker films. I loved it. It really grew on me, and while some would call it simple, it does touch on some very serious themes, such as generational trauma and immigration. Definitely worth a watch, especially if you love Pixar as much as I do. Moving on, next up is another film that's back from the dead. Neona was originally developed under Blue Sky Studios until the company shut down in 2021. It was subsequently pulled from Disney's release schedule, only for Netflix to swoop in and pick up the project. This summer, Neona got its revenge, upstaging Disney's mostly lackluster movies with its creative visuals and offbeat style. The story follows Neona, a young and bloodthirsty shapeshifter, as she teams up with the misunderstood new supervillain Ballister Blackheart. Great name, by the way. Taking place in a mashup of a futuristic and medieval society, Neona is unlike anything I've ever seen. It spends a lot of time carefully developing the relationship between the two leads, which complements its larger themes of acceptance quite well. The script does not feel like it pulls many punches, which is really rare, and there are some lines in here that really make you stop and think. It does have the 3rd highest odds of winning the award, but there was a lot of doubt over whether it would even be nominated until an impressive showing at the Annie Awards. Regardless, I would definitely recommend that you check it out. And now we get to the real stuff. The truth is, this is a 2-horse race, and that's not to look down on Elemental or Neona. It's just that both of these next 2 movies were potential Best Picture noms, although that obviously couldn't happen because the Academy hates animated movies. First, we have Hayao Miyazaki's latest masterpiece, The Boy and the Heron. If you don't know, Miyazaki is the genius behind such Studio Ghibli classics as My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, and Porco Rosso. And at 83 years old, this could very well be his swan song, as well as his magnum opus. The movie follows a young boy as he travels through different realities and worlds to save his mother. Miyazaki movies have always been weird in the best possible way, and The Boy and the Heron is absolutely no exception. The story is so dense and has so much to say about how to live and what it means to create that there is absolutely no way I can tackle it all here. In terms of the Oscars, although Ghibli has been snubbed more than a few times, Miyazaki has already won the dang thing for Spirited Away in 2003, and a lot of people consider that to be the best winner in the history of the award. Plus, the Academy has a long history of favoring well-known directors with complex stories. I mean, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio won just last year against the arguably better Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but whatever. Throw in the fact that it's won most of the early awards, and we're left wondering what movie could possibly challenge it. Well, say hello to my favorite movie of the year and second favorite all time. Across the Spider-Verse is, in my opinion, an indisputable masterpiece. The animation is groundbreaking and goes even harder than before, which is no easy feat since its predecessor changed the entire animation landscape as we know it. Across demands to be seen on the big screen, which is just so cool because you can't say that about a lot of other animated movies. There are even more Spider-Man than last time, with Spider-Punk and Spider-Man India, I know that's his name apparently, in particular being incredible additions. I love how it promoted Gwen to a co-lead with Miles, and her relationship with her dad was an emotional tour de force. And the contrast it provides with Miles' story about his own family is genius. I cannot emphasize enough how every moment is just packed with so much detail and love. Every interaction feels so distinctly realistic, despite being a movie about Spider-Man. Throw in some gorgeous fight scenes and 2 new villains, both of whom are crazy, intimidating, yet distinct, and we have... I don't know what. I don't have the words, I need a longer video. Cross provides a blueprint for not only how to make a fresh and superior Spider-Man story, not that kind, but also how to push the medium of animation forward as a whole. In terms of the Oscars, it has a pretty strong case, as it has public support, being the highest rated film from 2023 on Letterboxd. Its predecessor also won by a landslide just a few years ago, so it has credibility among the voters. However, Miyazaki is of course a strong opponent, and Across was already snubbed for Best Original Score for Indiana Jones. So it's very much up in the air. Who do you think will win? Who should? Let me know. And if you want longer videos on any of these movies, please tell me, because I'd be psyched to do that. I'll see Robot Dreams when it comes out. Thank you very much.